Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're going to be checking out this Aquanano 40 55 litre aquarium that we aquascaped probably about 8 or 9 weeks ago now, and it's been filling in, growing really nicely, and we just wanted to show you the difference. So this is some old footage of the last video that we did, where this was just the end of the video showing you what the tank looked like after it had been planted up. There was some fish in there, it'd been fully cycled for a couple of weeks, and they were the first fish that had gone in. And there was a couple of cryptos, some Java ferns, some Anubias, and so this was the end of that. So I just want to show you what it looks like now, just 8 or 9 weeks later. There we go. So you can see one of the major differences, the plants. The plants have grown crazy amounts in just literally a few weeks. The cryptocorines in the sandbed have grown really nicely. Now, for new viewers, there is no active substrate in this aquarium underneath the sand layer. The customer just wanted to go for a really low-tech, easy maintenance, and so he just wanted a sand substrate, planted cryptocorine Wednesday brown in there, and that has grown tremendously, actually, really well. The older leaves always go this slightly darker brown colour. Newer growth tends to be bright green, and then as they age, they go slightly darker. You can see this Anubias copperfolia, that has done probably double size in just a matter of a few weeks. But one of the most impressive plants that I think has just grown the best in this scape is by far the narrow leaf Java fern. That is the Java fern just all at the back there that has been, I think there was about 5 or 6 individual plants that we just individually planted into probably about 2 or 3 inch spaces around the bogwood. And the idea was that as the plants start to grow, as they start to fill in, it will just look like one entire mass, and it really does look like that. And so I think that give this aquarium another month or two, and we'll probably do another update in the very near future. I think the plants really do look well. It's such a minimal scape, but sometimes minimal is more effective. There is some subwasser tank in the bottom right hand corner of the actual hardscape, not the aquarium. And the subwasser tank is a type of like a moss, classified as a moss. Just going to go in and look at it a little bit closer in a moment. But that's growing also very well. So stocking wise in here, there is a whiptail catfish. There's some neon tetras, some platies, some panda corridorus, some elegans corridorus, and I believe that is all of the stocking. The water levels, well, the water parameters for this aquarium, if you're wondering, the ammonia is 0 and should always remain 0 once the aquarium is cycled. Of course, you've got to make sure that you don't overfeed your aquarium, as you don't want to cause any nutrient spikes, any ammonia spikes, any nitrite or nitrate spikes. So the ammonia is 0, nitrite is 0, nitrate is about 5 parts per million usually, but last time this aquarium was tested, it had increased to 10 parts per million, which tells us, because this actual aquarium is running the Countryside Aquatics C3 nitrate removal resin, because the nitrate has started to creep up a little bit, it tells us that the resin is probably exhausted and it needs regenerating in salt water. So actually, shortly in this video, we're actually going to show you how to remove this from the aquarium and how we actually regenerate the Countryside Aquatics C3 removal resin, nitrate removal resin, which could be a good video for everyone to see. As you can see, the water is crystal clear, gin clear, and that's all thanks to the filtration. It's very straightforward filtration. In the primary chamber, there's some filter floss which captures any of the small particles from the water. There's then a couple of larger pore sponges which traps any larger particles. There is some biohome media in here, and then also the Countryside Aquatics C3 nitrate removal resin. The pH of this aquarium is about 7.4. That keeps all of the inhabitants happy. And the temperature is set at 25 degrees centigrade. The rocks in this scape is serious stone or mini landscape rock, which does buffer up the water. The customer uses tap water for water changes. The tap water, we tested the pH of that tap water and it's about neutral, around 7.2. But because of the zero stone, the mini landscape rock, because of the buffering capacity it has, that is of course just elevating the pH slightly to, like I said before, 7.4, 7.5. The piece of wood in the center is actually 3 or 4 pieces of separate wood, cleverly put together to make it look like one structure. And then we're going to show you the C3 nitrate resin now. You can see the pouch just on the top of the back of the filtration there. We can actually see that usually a brand new pouch, the beads, the resin beads are bright white. We can tell there that there is certainly some discoloration to the beads. It's not actually as dark as what I was anticipating, but it is certainly probably ready for regeneration, so let's do that now. So all we're going to do is fill up a jug with 1 litre of tap water, but it's got to be warm tap water because we're going to dissolve some salt into the water. So of course, making warm tap water, it just makes the whole process a lot easier. So we have the 1 litre of tap water now. Let's go get the salt sorted. So for this, we are literally using just generic table salt that we picked up cheap from a supermarket. Table salt will work, softener salt will work. I've even heard that dishwasher salt will work as well, but I just wanted to go for something that didn't have too much chemical in there. So I just went for generic table salt from a supermarket. And because we are not doing the full dosage, usually on the back of the pack, it's 2 litres and you dissolve 200 grams. Now, of course, this is only a small pouch of C3 resin, so we decided to halve that amount. So we're using 100 gram of table salt, and we're about to dissolve this 100 grams of table salt into the 1 litre of warm tap water right now. Once we fully dissolve this table salt into the tap water, we will simply then go and grab the pouch of C3 nitrate removal resin and place it into it. We'll then leave it for at least 12 hours before removing it back out from the saltwater solution and then rinsing it under the tap. So we now need to just fully mix and dissolve all of that salt into the water for it to work successfully. This should only take a couple of minutes. The salt's fully dissolved into the water now, so let's go get the C3 nitrate removal pouch. So as you can see, the C3 is actually just resting on the top of the filtration at the back there. So all we're going to do is just remove it and get it into the jug of dissolved saltwater solution, just letting it drip a little bit into the aquarium, so we try and keep it as clean and tidy as possible. And don't worry, we won't be leaving this jug on the side of the aquarium. So this is about half an hour into the actual regeneration process. Notice how the colour of the water has already gone a slight tea stained colour. Now I'm just actually gently turning the resin bag around, just so that hopefully all of the beads can be exposed to the salt water and have maximum efficiency when coming to the regeneration process. Now I believe that this water will go even darker. It'll go a darker brown than this, and that's why we're going to leave it overnight, and we'll come back tomorrow morning to see what it looks like. So it's the next day. The resin has had a full 12 hours in the saltwater solution. Notice the colour of the water is gone a much darker colour. The beads have gone lighter in colour now, so we can evidently see that the saltwater solution has worked. And it's quite incredible to think that water, that obviously, yes, that is concentrated, but that has come out of that small 55 litre aquarium. All of that tannin, all of that coloration has come from that aquarium. So it just goes to show and proves that the C3 nitrate removal resin not only does nitrates, but it also does an amazing job of water clarity. Even if you have an aquarium now with very low to very little nitrates inside it, say you wanted just to try and increase the clarity of your water, you just wanted to get it that little bit clearer, that little bit more gin clear, add one of these pouches into your internal filtration or external filtration, and you'll be amazed at how good of a job it does. So all we're doing now, going back to the video, we've removed the pouch from the saltwater solution, and of course we just want to get rid of all of that salt water off the beads, off the resin, and off the pouch. So we're just going to give it a nice rinse under warm tap water now, just to free up any slight debris particles, but it looks pretty clear, and also, like I say, just to get rid of any of that old solution. Once we've given it a good rinse, we'll then get it back into the aquarium. And it's just as simple as that to regenerate this product. We recommend regeneration every 3 months. However, depending on the size of the aquarium that you have and the stocking density of how many fish you've got in there, sometimes you might find that the resin will become exhausted sooner, and so therefore you might have to regenerate your resin accordingly. Every aquarium is different, as I've said before in previous videos. Depending on what you have in your aquarium, depends on how long the resin beads will last for. So sometimes we find that it has to be regenerated every single month, but in this certain circumstance, it's a small aquarium, so I truly believe that it'll be fine doing every 3 months. However, we'll keep testing the nitrates, and that will tell us whether it needs doing or not. So the pouch is now back inside the rear filtration. It's doing its trick again. And you can see that already the water is, well, the water was gin clear anyway, it's crystal clear, but that will just keep that water fantastic now for the next 2 or 3 months until the next regeneration. And all we do to regenerate it again is exactly what we did before. So it's super simple, very easy, very quick to do. It's not very tasking whatsoever, but it just really, really helps. So I hope everyone has enjoyed watching this video. I thought it'd be a great video just to share some actual product knowledge and also to show how the product works. I've done a multitude of videos now where I've actually talked about the C3 nitrate removal resin. I've given you information about it, but I've not actually shown you many videos apart from the 6-foot aquarium, how well and efficient this product works. So I thought, you know what, I'll do another video and we'll actually show you the regeneration process, because we've had a couple of customers where they've asked how efficient is this product at absorbing tannins from the water, and I think the proof is right there in this video. You can see that this water looks absolutely crystal clear. You can't actually, apart from the fish being in there, you can't even tell that there's water in this aquarium. It's that clear. Whereas that jug just then, it told a whole different story. The coloration that resin has absorbed it all from the wood. We know that all of the coloration predominantly has come from the wood. And to be honest, that wood will keep on leaching tannins into the water for probably another few months. So it just goes to show how efficient this product works. It's very, very good at its job. It's very easy to use. The main thing is making sure that plenty of water passes through the resin pouch and actually gets contact time with the resin beads. Notice how we had it laid flat on top of the filtration, where water went underneath the baffle and then up and over the pouch and went down through the pouch to get into the next chamber. We had it lying flat because that meant that all of the body of water that is going through the back rear filtration system has to pass through that pouch. If we had it stood up inside the actual filter, yes, some water would be passing through it, but it's not as efficient as what we've got it placed inside this aquarium, inside the filtration. So that's what we always recommend, is to actually place this pouch flat or horizontally. So if you've got any questions or queries about this video, please drop them down below in the comment section. If you've got any comments or questions about this tank, the stocking levels, the plants, anything whatsoever, please feel free to drop down a comment and we'll soon get back to you. Hope you all enjoyed this video. As always, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you'd like to check out more of this kind of content. We are uploading videos relatively consistently at the moment. If you like this video, please give it a like, because it helps with the YouTube algorithm massively. Share the content if you'd like to. And as always, we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.